Alright guys, welcome back to Our World Outdoors. Today we're going to be looking at the Lixada alcohol / twig or firebox stove. This came in from eBay and it was $8 with free shipping. I've seen the same one and variations of this by the same company on Amazon for around $15, $12. There's different variations. It depends on whether you want the cup for the alcohol for the setup or not. They also make a micro version of this. This is the taller one. So let's go ahead and get started. So with everything, .90 ounces for everything. Now, if you didn't want to use it as an alcohol stove, you would get rid of the alcohol basin cup. Then you have 4.3. If you really wanted to go farther, you could get rid of this nice case, which I wouldn't do because this is going to get blackened up. And you basically have 4 ounces flat. Still really heavy. I actually got this for car camping and for places we're going that you can't actually have a campfire, because we're going to be doing some winter trips to places you can't have a campfire, but you are allowed to have fire in one of these. And if you just need to warm up your hands after a long day of hiking in the cold, this is nice. So let's get rid of the scale here. I'm going to try and assemble this behind the camera, but it's a little hard, so bear with me. There you can see the Lixada. So this is your base plate. Okay. So you take the sides, and the sides are all the same. So we'll put this in there. See the tabs on the two sides? Those are the two sides. Then you put a front on, which is actually easier to assemble if you start with the front and one side. And once again, this would be a lot easier if I wasn't standing behind the camera trying to do it. So, there, it's locked in right there. You can see it. Alright. Let's go over here and do this side. And they're just little tabs. See? And they're the opposite. So you just slide them into each other. I do want to say that this supposedly was supposed to be titanium according to the ad, but if you look very close, I'm about 99% sure that's stainless. Very thin, very rigid stainless, like a 304 or higher, which is really good quality stainless. It's not cheap crap stainless. I don't act like I'm some kind of genius when it comes to metal, but I've been scrapping for a lot of years, and that brazen finish on there, let me get it to show it. That looks like hard stainless. 304, 309, 311, something like that. So, but it's still super light realistically. It's not titanium light. So you hook this last corner right, and then you turn around here, and this is where it gets funky. This is what threw me for a loop. You actually kind of got to bend it to make everything line up right. But it goes. It just takes a second to figure out how to do it. Boom. Now that is rigid. I mean, that is majorly rigid. Technically, if you want to use this, the edges of it go in here. Okay, so let me see if I can pop it back apart and put it in for you so you guys can see it. Granted, if I had this against my chest or something doing it, this would be a lot easier, but I don't. Because technically you don't need that bottom piece if you're doing alcohol. But it can be kind of a pain in the butt to get it in there unless you're doing it as you're assembling it. There we go. There we go. Show you better. See? And then you would put your pot on with that is a Tokes 550. And you would just put your fluid in there and light it. And I'd do that. Now, I don't know how well this basin bowl will work, but give me a minute here. I'll get some heat, pour it in there. We'll go out back on the back porch and see how she fires up with alcohol. Okay, so it's really damp outside. It's been raining, but we're going to try this. I also want to say that I just measured it, and the distance actually is perfect. If you wanted to use like an Esbit tablet in here, that would work as well. So there we go. Let me kill the lights and we'll see what she looks like. Yeah, it's definitely more of an open bowl concept. You can see the flame licking the side real good. Not the most efficient way to do it, but like I said, if you put Esbit in there, that thing would throw it straight up, but it's still heating it up. And obviously if we used, even though it looks to be pretty well blocked off, if you use a windscreen, that always improves your efficiency. Very interesting. Yeah, see, the slightest change of wind pushes the flame over a different direction. And to be honest, that 550 pot is a little small. That's the concept behind this. This is for the bigger, wider pots. That's why I said this is going to be our car camper, because we'll have a 750 milliliter pot, a wider one for this, because this is going to be for our wintertime usage. But I mean, it's working. It's doing the job, that's for sure. It's burned up all the fuel I put in it. Okay, so let's take it back inside and talk a little more, and then I'll get it set up to do the outdoor test, and we'll have to do that in the daylight hours, and we will burn some twigs in here and get this thing blackened up nicely. Okay guys, we're back inside now. I want to verify some things first. I had that Tokes pot about halfway full, and we only actually burnt this thing for a little over a minute, because I only put like, I don't know, probably not even a half ounce of the heat fuel in it, and it got that half a pot of water up to probably pour over coffee temperature. It wasn't boiling or nothing, but it was warm, so it didn't do a bad job. But here's the problem, and also here's how I know this is stainless steel. This didn't cool down for like almost 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm talking just cool down enough to where I could grab it, you know, from the top and bring it in here. So the overall cool down time, which this bag's pretty heavy, it's not a big deal. Let's put it in here pretty warm. But my thing is, I would guess that this is definitely a stainless steel. It's a higher grade because it holds the temperature, but it's a stainless steel. It's not a titanium like the ad boasted, which is fine. It's $8. You ain't gonna get a titanium stove like this for $8. And I wasn't expecting it when I ordered it. So, hard to do this when you're looking through a camera. Much easier to do this without the camera. But anyways, let's just take this out for a minute and do it the easy way. So, two things. One, I don't know why this will fit up here, but it will. I don't know why. I guess if you wanted to use it for Esbit, you could just put this up here to bring it even closer on your real cold weather. But whatever. Let's get it put together here. You guys will have to excuse me if it gets off camera a little bit. Like I said, it can be kind of a pain, but once you get used to it, boom. I mean, that's stout. You could put cast iron on there. You could do anything. I mean, that's got some guts to it. And for $8, I mean, we do a lot of our car camping out of the back of the cab of the truck. So this little guy here, you just fold it up and put it on the side behind the seat or in one of your door panel pockets. And you always got a stove. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to keep it in my wife's truck. Because if she was ever to slide off the road in a real bad storm in the winter, if I had some of these, which are Weber fire cubes, they're like Weber fire, grill starters. Basically all they are is wax with like a kind of wicking thing through them. They burn a little dirty, but you can get like 48 of them for $2.50. But if you had that and put it in there, these will start up just about any wet wood. It doesn't matter. It's crazy. But I kind of like it. I don't think I'd backpack with it. I don't think there's any reason to. Maybe if I'm in a place that you can't have a campfire, I would take this. But for the weight, I really can't condone this versus like our little Esbit folding stove. And I know it weighs next to nothing. And I know my Fancy Feast stove weighs a lot less than that. But I don't mind it. I don't think I'd take this. I think if anything, I'd leave this at home and take an Esbit just in case. But time to take it out and burn some twigs in it and get it good and dirty, because it will get dirty. Alright, so we got her fired up outside, and it is hot. I got the sticks in it in feed mode where you just keep pushing them in. It's definitely nice, but it's so heavy. Definitely not my thing on a trail unless we're at a place where you can't have campfires. But car camping and stuff like that, I love this thing. So we're going to get some eggs going here. Well, that heated up, pan up pretty quick, actually. We just keep pushing them in and they'll just keep on going. For $8, it's really one of them stoves you just can't beat. It would be okay for backpacking, but it's not really something that I would want to haul around with us. Like I said, in the winter time, maybe. But I need to go stir my eggs. So until next time, I'm Tony. And this has been our look at the Luxor alcohol / stick stove. And like I said, for $8, I think it's worth the money.